In the Minimalist Tiki book, there's a chapter on modern takes to the Minimalist Tiki Classic 30 cocktails. And today's cocktail is one of those, and it's an update to the fog cutter. The recipe is from Sergio Morath, and I stumbled upon it because it calls for a calamansi syrup, which I'd made on my own following no recipes because I had some fresh calamansi that I found and I wanted to figure out a way to preserve it, so I made a syrup. I did make a daiquiri with this that I shared on Patreon, but before we talk about the syrup, here's what you'll need for this one. Orange bitters, lemon juice, pineapple juice, calamansi syrup, passion fruit syrup, a fino sherry, an unaged agricole rum, a blanco tequila, and pisco. Now I'm missing some of those exact ingredients, so I'm gonna be making some substitutions here. But in this episode's description, in the recipe, I will include the exact brands that are called for in this recipe. So I don't have any fino sherry, so I'm subbing in Amontillado sherry instead. Now the recipe calls for a calamansi syrup, and they call it as 10 ounces of calamansi puree to 10 ounces of a 2-to-1 simple and half an ounce of orange blossom water. Now the one I have, I'd already made before I even found this recipe, and it's equal parts of the calamansi juice to sugar. So it's a little bit sweeter, and I did not add any orange blossom water. So when we make the cocktail, I'm just gonna add 1 or 2 drops of the orange blossom water. The book does give a sub for calamansi to use half lime and half tangerine juice, and that's actually probably a really great substitution. Before I had made the syrup, I didn't really even know what sort of ripe, fresh calamansi would taste like. And as I was tasting it, the thing that kept popping into my mind are those little cuties. So those are little clementines, but a tangerine, mandarin, clementine will give you a lot of that like sweet, bright orange flavor, but different than orange juice. And then the lime juice will get you that acidity because there is so much acidity in them that it really cuts down on the sweetness. I'm gonna build this one in a drink mixer tin, starting with 1 drop of orange blossom water, 3 dashes of orange bitters, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 1/4 ounces of pineapple juice, half an ounce of calamansi syrup, half an ounce of a passion fruit syrup, 3/4 ounces of sherry, 3/4 ounces of an unaged agricole rum, 3/4 ounces of a blanco tequila, and 3/4 ounces of pisco. Like I said earlier, I came to this drink from making a calamansi syrup, and to be honest, until I was making it right now, I wasn't even really thinking about the different components of this drink. It just sounded interesting, and then as I was making it and smelling it, you know, it just seems so different and unusual, so let's try it. I gotta say, it's so out there. It's so different and unusual, and I'm trying to piece together all of the different ingredients. I need to like go back and refresh myself. The main thing you can get is like this intense fruitiness, and that's, I think a lot of it has to do with the tequila. That sort of cooked agave flavor is almost like heightening all these other sort of fruits that are in here. And if you look at those ingredients, you got passion fruit syrup, which can often take over a drink. You got pineapple juice, you got lemon juice to provide that brightness and acidity, and the calamansi, which has this unique orange flavor. But you know, the flavor I'm picking up, which is not in this drink, is this like fruity mango flavor. And then obviously I use the Amontillado sherry, so that's gonna be a little bit different than the recipe called for, but I get that nuttiness from the Amontillado sherry. It's, you know, I love that it's based on a fog cutter, but it's not a fog cutter. It's taking the template and the ideas of it and mixing your spirits and using a sherry, but then coming up with something new and like totally out there. So the Martinique Lighthouse, it's so different and so unusual yet still delicious. So if you like those big, bold flavors and you want to try something new and you want to use some tequila and some pisco, then obviously this is the best drink for that. There's probably no other drink I can think of that has these ingredients and combining those spirits. So it's something new and different, which I love. I love branching out and trying things that are new and different. We're kind of leaving the traditional, like, big, bold rum flavor world, and you're getting something that's lighter and fruitier and just like more of a fresh taste to it. So if you have these ingredients on hand, you have the Calamansi Syrup, I would highly suggest trying this one and experiencing something new and different. So that is it for this one. I'm Derek. This is Make and Drink. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to this channel. You can check out the Patreon page if you want to support this channel more. And otherwise, see you on the next one.